Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. So happy to have you join us for this evening Shabbat as we gather together separately to worship, to give a little space for gratitude tonight. And tonight I'm particularly grateful that we are going to be enjoying the musical stylings of Josh Niehaus as he leads us in tefillah this evening. So I hope wherever you are right now, you are healthy, you are staying sane, and feeling the love of your community even from a distance. So we're going to get started tonight with Hine Matov, how good and pleasant it is when brothers and sisters are legally allowed to sit together. So we are praying for that day. So this is an aspirational prayer tonight. Hine Matov.
Shabbat Shalom. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov, hine matov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
So as rabbi, it's been a really strange situation where I'm actually having a lot of or several weddings being canceled for the next couple of months. But every Shabbat, we get to pretend as if we are the guest at the most beautiful wedding. So we're going to enjoy that tonight as we celebrate our Shabbat beloved and wait for this beautiful, blessed union between God and the Jewish people with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekaha bela. Shamor v'zachor bediburecha, Shmiyanu elam yuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'letiferet ve'letila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat neka bela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'lecha, ki haymikor habracha. Mirosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat neka תתעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקרא בלה. בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקרא בלה.
And the last part before we go into our Mariv, before we bless our candles and begin our Sabbath, is a prayer of welcoming. Shalom Aleichem. May you all be welcomed. May the ministers of the Most High be welcomed. May we sit in peace and be blessed in peace. And when we go, may we go in peace.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Ashare, Malachi Elyon. Mi melech, Malachi Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi melech מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
So if you have your Shabbat candles out and ready for lighting, I'm going to invite you right now to grab those and join us as we welcome in Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav matzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Going to continue with our call to worship with our Baruch and our intention, our kavanah that leads into it.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baharechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. Yelalai lai lai, 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 yelalai lai lai.
As we celebrate the end and the beginning of each and every new day, it reminds me of the thought that every day we're trying new things, and every day we may be winning or we might be losing. But each and every day is a new day for us to begin again. So even when things have not gone our way in a single day, we can just sort of slip it into the folder of days past and begin anew. So let's sing together our Ma'ariv Aravim, celebrating the newness and the certainty of a new, fresh beginning each day.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, and day turns to night. Boreyon v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech. גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day and the day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
Baruch atah Adonai Ma'ariv Aravim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. You were God and we were Israel, God alone and a lonely people long ago. You loved us a great love and you taught us how to respond. Through recollections, celebrations, Torah, they are the light of our eyes, the uniqueness of our being. In the joy of them, you have drawn us close to you. In the truth of them, we have discovered you. We are still together. You respond to every people in your chosen way. With your love, you have chosen to respond to us. With our love, we offer you our praise. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Israel. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. So before we go into our Shema this evening, I want to just give you a moment to focus. We're allowed to say the Shema wherever we are, sitting or standing. We're actually not supposed to change positions to say the Shema. We're supposed to be so fully focused on where we're at. And the rabbis talk about saying the Shema on the back of a donkey or out in the forest. I want you to take a few moments and close your eyes. And I want you to envision your ideal space right now for Shabbat. For most of us, it is not our homes. We have been cooped up here too long. So take yourself out of it to another space, maybe another time. For me, I imagine myself actually in Jerusalem. Some of my most restful Shabbats were on Friday evenings, right before the Sabbath began, because the entire city had been in this frantic rush. And then everything just stopped, came to a complete standstill. And you could hear the call to prayer from the nearby mosque. And you could see people gathering in their homes, their families, having dinner together and lighting candles. And it was just the perfect expression of how to end one's week for me. And I lived so close to the old city, and I could watch the sun go down and the bricks of the old city, the Jerusalem stone, that white stone, turn pink. And it was just a magical moment to be in Shabbat. So I want you, as we're singing our Shema tonight, to find your little piece of paradise to enjoy Shabbat in as we close our eyes and we sing together.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, hi, ya la 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 la. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? If you're at home, sing along one last time. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
We join now in our Amidah, our standing prayer that is the central heart of our Jewish prayer service. So please join us in the beginning, Adonai Tzvatai.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la,
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'Imateinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ברופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may continue silently with either the essence of the prayers that are currently on your screen or the prayers that are in your hearts in the Shabbat evening as we pray silently.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru ve'imeru. Amen.
As we say our Mishaberach tonight, I am so incredibly grateful that so many in our community are actually staying healthy. I had expected our Mishaberach list to grow dramatically during this whole crisis, but everybody is doing a fantastic job following an instruction and staying home and staying healthy. So as I read the names on our Mishaberach list tonight, I want you to, if you are healthy, give thanks for your own health, but also think of who on this list you might know of that you could reach out to, who could use a little bit of extra love and healing at this very lonely time for many of us. So tonight as a community, we pray together for Eve Bukowski, Valentina Derechowski, Azrael Early, Tara Landry, Myra Masig, Patricia Shapiro, Orly Sherman, Amy Thornton, Deborah Newmans-Castengay, Lindsay Robinson, Sammy McCubbins, Amarin Hulsman, Laura Armstrong, John Levy, Stacy Hetzel, Diane Turner, Michael Sirkinpool, Jacqueline Tara Smith, Kalina Suzawa, Deborah Rose, Anna Olisker, Sid Rubin, Ken Slotnick, Martin Kornblue, Liliana Oxsmith, Elizabeth Knopf, Jack and Lee Wiseman, Nancy Gersman, Hans Whale, and Sylvia Brown. We join together in the words of our healing blessing, our Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
So we're at what should be a very high moment in the Torah. Parshat Shemini talks about the completion of the tabernacle and the jubilation that the people feel in having the ability for the first time to really make offerings to God. And yet there's this terrible incident that happens with Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, and they die. And the Torah doesn't give us a lot of detail on what it is that they did, but their death was a punishment from God for offering strange fire on the altar. And a lot of our commentators actually talk about the different reasons why Nadav and Avihu were punished with death by God. Some say it was because they were drunken and disorderly in the way in which they made offerings to God. Another says something about them not marrying and that being an affront to God and not fulfilling the commandment of pru or vu, of being fruitful and multiplying. But I think actually the Torah portion gives it to us fairly clearly. Nadav and Avihu were priests, and the priests had very careful instructions on what they were supposed to do. And Nadav and Avihu decided to do it differently, and they were punished. Right now, we are in a complete opposite of that situation. Nadav and Avihu had clear instructions. They knew what they were supposed to do, and they went off the beaten track. We have no idea what we're supposed to be doing right now. We are working without a map entirely. And although this is definitely not the first plague to hit humanity, I think I can say with some relative assurance that the rabbis of our Talmud had no idea, could not have even conceived of what we're experiencing right now. They knew of plagues, but not on this scale. They knew of epidemics that would shut down an entire encampment or a city, a country, maybe even a continent. But we're experiencing a pandemic, a worldwide shutdown, which I'm assuming that something on this level, our rabbis could only have envisioned in some sort of apocalyptic form. The apocalypse isn't coming, not yet at least. Yeah, but we are completely without a roadmap. And I don't know about any of you, but I have a little confession to make tonight, which is I feel like I am wandering in the desert and making a complete failure of the task. I am struggling. I don't know, and nobody knows, nobody can tell me how to full-time parent a toddler while working from home. Nobody can tell me how to be a loving and supportive wife to my husband and take care of my community at the same time. Nobody can tell me how to do the best virtual rabbi Zoom service. This is all uncharted territory. And I think a lot of us are feeling at a loss to figure out exactly how to do this and how to do it the right way. We don't have instructions. We don't have a clear set of guidelines to follow. In some ways, that's really good because it means if we don't have a clear set of instructions, we can't really run afoul of anything. And yet, sometimes our expectations of one another are too high. We aren't taking into account what everybody might be experiencing at home because we can't see it. We can't know what each other are really experiencing because of this social distancing and this social isolation. So there is one thing that we do have pretty clear instructions on, and it comes from our Torah, which is to love one another, to sympathize with each other, with our plight, and to be good to ourselves, to be kind to ourselves. And somehow, some way we are going to get through this desert wasteland together. But right now, we need to just love one another and know that we're all doing the best with what we have, lacking any kind of map or any kind of instruction. And although we might find it really hard with this unknown, this lack of a sense of direction, we're all doing it together. We're all groping in the dark together. I was never trained to be a virtual rabbi. They did not do that in rabbinical school. They might start doing that now, but many of us are trying to find different ways to do our jobs. And I know a lot of people are feeling guilty about not doing it to the best of our abilities. It's just not possible right now. And so my message to you on this Shabbat is you're not alone. We all feel like we're messing up, that we're failing, that we are missing the mark. And it's okay right now. And we are going to get through this and be stronger on the other side. But allow yourself a little bit of self-love and a little bit of patience. We will go back to being our normal, productive self soon. But for now, just allow yourself, especially over this next 25 hours, time and space to do what it is you know how to do, the things that you are certain of. And that is loving your family, loving your partners, loving your pets, whoever it is that's in your little quarantine bubble. Show them that that is the one thing that you can do and you can do really well, is love the people around you. So we're going to move toward the conclusion of our service tonight with Aleinu. And before we do, I just want to share a few announcements. First of all, Josh, thank you so much for being on tonight with us. It is always so much better to pray with somebody than by yourself. And so I'm glad that you are here and that other people are joining us as well. Speaking of togetherness and sharing a little bit of communal love, we will be doing a old-fashioned telethon Thursday evening at 7 p.m. There will be information on our website and also coming to you in via email. I'm sure many of you already received them. Josh is going to be on our telethon that night, along with several other amazingly talented musicians. Many of them Chava Morel will be on. Tracy Marks, Michaela Goodkin. We're also going to be welcoming a few of the musical guests that weren't able to join us because of the social distancing. So we're also going to welcome Sharon Klein, Michelle Citrin, Yoel Sykes. We're very, very excited about having them all together with us as we do our telethon. We missed our annual fundraiser this year and we couldn't be together in person, but this should be actually a really fun evening of music and a little bit of comedy. So please join us for that. All right, please join us in as we conclude our service with Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שנאנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'nemar, V'haya Adonai, Lamelech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo, U'shemo echad. Our thoughts now turn to those whom have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat evening, we mark the most recent passing in the last 30 days of Aaron J. Bear Sr. and Mona Gianetti. We also mark the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the deaths of Anna Chaimowitz Abelman, Maurice Adler, Daniel Aaron, Minnie Auerbach, Ray Avrutin, Abby Calvo, Ellen Cantor, Nora Joan Clark, Edith Cookie Cohen, Ingrid Fantel, Jules Farkas, Richard Gartenberg, Murray Goldberg, Alan Isaac Goldstein, Herman Goodman, Kathleen Johnson, Aaron Charles Jones, Goldie Kediver, Joan Kruvosha, Elmer Lealoha, Mayor Levin, Stanley Levitt, Helen Pollock, Betty Robinson, Anna Rosen, Delores Rosenberg, Jack Silver, Richard C. Silver, Beatrice Simon, Abraham G. Thal, Albert S. White, and Mercedes Zwick. We join together in solidarity as we recite Kadisha Tom together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yortei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomachon uv'chaye dechol beit Israel, v'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudasha richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Israel, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Israel, v'imru amen. May the one who makes harmony on high make peace for us and for all Israel, and to which we say amen. So we're going to end tonight with a request for peace. The word shalom comes from the root shalem, which means wholeness. And that's all we really, truly need right now is a little bit of wholeness to find peace.
Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalem. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalem. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalem. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalem. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Thursday night. And thank you again, Josh, for being such a wonderful addition to our Shabbat together. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Stay well.
Shabbat Shalom.